He liked quoting poems in his thick Dongbei accent. Alva had noticed these traits with the distant condescension of a teenage girl when he'd come to their apartment for regular checkups. Technically, he'd been their landlord, a businessman leasing a spare property in Pudong. In the 2 years they'd been renting his apartment, Alva had seen him 5 or 6 times at most. Clearly, for her mother, it'd been a different story. The business wife continued. I heard the Lao Wai is no spring chicken. She already has a kid. That's her right there, the other woman hushed, jutting her chin toward Alva. The mixed blood? Can she understand Chinese? Alva focused on staring vacantly at the stage, where the MC was pacing in front of Lu Fang, smiling with practiced joviality and repeating into the microphone, "The bride is arriving soon, soon." I guess she doesn't understand, the other woman said. She looks more Chinese, the business wife declared, switching from Mandarin to Shanghainese. Not one of those lucky mixes with big eyes and white skin. Pity, replied the other. Alva took a gulp from her Wangzai milk. She loved this canned milk-flavored drink as a kid. Today, though, it tasted like syrup, cloying, neither milk nor cream. Half and half, just like herself. She wanted to say, I was made and raised in China, you old hags, and I understand Shanghainese perfectly. Yet they were right about the unlucky mix. She was half and half, white Chinese, but with the wrong distribution of ingredients. Black hair, single-lidded eyes, slightly olive skin. To this day, she really did look nothing like her mother. Sad that she's the only family. I thought there'd be more Americans. What about Lu Fang's relatives? The business wife asked. The other woman shrugged. I heard he's from some small town close to North Korea. Maybe he doesn't want his poor relations here. You think his family disapproves? Of the Lao Wai? I wouldn't care if I were him. His company is exporting prefab housing parts to America. Then she's good for business, they laughed, loose behind the presumed safety of a linguistic wall. Alva was tearing the fabric petal to shreds, digging her nails into the glue dewdrops. This was all a joke to them. A business transaction, idle gossip, but it was Alva's life. It was Alva's mother. The music cut abruptly to something orchestral. The American Bride! The MC shouted. Sloane was finally here. Age 46 and a bride for the first time, she glided along the red carpet in a lace-accented silk qipao. The MC led a rhythmic clap that died down once she'd reached center stage, where Lu Fang stood beaming. Sloane's ash-blonde hair fell pin-straight down her back, and her cheekbones glowed with shiny dust, sparkles on white marble. She's beautiful, Alva thought. Tight dress, eh? Western women aren't afraid to show skin, the business wife whispered. Sloane slowly turned to face the crowd. Her eyes scanned the tables, looking for someone. Alva raised her hand and gave her mother a small wave, a signal there was still time to escape. The door's that way. But Sloane's gaze swept past her, past the rows of business guests, and fell to the back corner of the room. The videographer stood there next to his tripod. He made the thumbs-up signal. Sloane threw back her blonde mane and gave the crowd her best Hollywood smile. A round of clapping followed the ring exchange. Her mother repeated, I do, 我愿意, more like I'm willing, after the MC. It was official. Alva used to think that Sloane would leave China, that one day she'd give in to Alva's pleas. We'll move to L.A., Alva would say. We'll rent a tiny apartment with a communal pool. We'll watch matinees and drive to the Pacific, just like you used to when you lived there. Maybe, her mother had said. There was a flurry.